Welcome to another episode of the Apocalypse. I am Nicholas, your humble guide. Trouble in MAGA Paradise? Is the cult beginning to experience buyer's remorse? We tried to warn you. With entities such as Elon Musk, aka Leon Scum, and Donny Shitbags. The grift is all that matters. Yes, let's start off with this, though, first. South Korean president and acting president both have been impeached now. South Korea ain't fucking around. It's nice to see that South Korea isn't gonna mess up and make the same exact mistakes America did and not take the trash out. They taken all the trash out. Got two impeached now. The main guy and then the acting guy that took over because he's on the same side as the main guy, a traitor. And they're ready to impeach more motherfuckers too, if they have to. If the next guy don't do the right thing, they already got it all set up to impeach that motherfucker too. And that's how America should have fucking handled it. Set a fucking example, man. Because if it was any of us out here, we'd be in fucking prison. This person got to run again in America and take the office he tried to steal. So it's good to see South Korea ain't fucking around. I gotta give you a round of applause. Impeach every damn body until you get them traitors out of your government. Don't make the same mistake America did. It's too late for us now. I'm so happy to see someone take it seriously. It's a shame it's too late for us. But let's move on. Trouble in MAGA Paradise. There is this fight. Again, I started talking about it yesterday. It's still going on. And now the rubes are starting to see the reality of the situation, whether they like it or not. They laughed as liberal journalists and Democrats got banned at will, got deboosted, banned, shadow banned, accounts removed. Everybody laughed about that in MAGA land, right? That was funny. Well, now it's happening to you people. Some of you MAGA all-stars are getting the axe on X. I thought he was, your guy, I thought he was a free speech absolutist. I guess that was all bullshit, just more lies. But you voted for it, even though you knew it was lies. Anyway, so Laura Loomer, remember that hag? I do. I talked about her yesterday, and again, Donnie's ex-girlfriend, Miss Loomer, and Donnie's new girlfriend, Alania, are having a spat, but the division it can cause can be quite valuable in the future. I'll just leave it at that. So Miss Loomer, after talking shit yesterday and talking some more shit today, well, Elon decided to fuck with her account because it's much better having one spoiled oligarch who got a bunch of welfare from America and now wants even more. He wants it all. That wasn't enough, making him the richest man in the world via government subsidies. Welfare. That wasn't enough. He wants more. So let's continue. Loomer says, Musk has removed my blue check mark on X because I dared question his support for H-1B visas, the replacement of American tech workers by Indian immigrants, and I questioned his relationship with China. So it took one day for there to be consequences for Miss Loomer, because Musk, Putin, and the Saudis, and Puff Daddy and others own Twitter now, so the spoiled child king can do whatever he wants and ban whoever he wants, and that's much better than the old system, right, Rubes? One sad, pathetic, socially awkward oligarch gets to ban whoever pisses him off. Well, some of you Rubes are finding this out the hard way, that it ain't so fun when the system's set up like that. And what you all don't realize is he don't need you no more. He already bought the presidency. He already owns the United States. You gave it to him on a silver platter. He didn't even have to buy it. He just bought the presidency, much cheaper than the whole country. And you Rubes just willingly gave it to him, so whatever. So this is the new reality for you MAGA folk. Don't rock the boat. Don't critique the king on his own website. No matter how big in the cult world you are, like Miss Loomer was right up against the cult leader. Of course, she's out now, but that will reveal some valuable truth. Miss Loomer wants to tell some truth now that she's out. So far her blue check mark has been taken away and other actions just because she criticized H-1B visas and Elon Musk, and that's the truth, and it's that simple. Looks like Elon Musk is going to be silencing me for supporting original Trump immigration policies. I have always been America first and a diehard supporter of Trump, and I believe the promises made should be promises kept. Trump promised to remove the H-1B visa program, and I support his policy. Now, as one of Trump's biggest supporters, I'm having my free speech silenced by a tech billionaire for simply questioning the tech oligarchy. Elon has decided to retaliate by removing my blue check and demonetizing me. I guess he doesn't really believe in free speech after all. I know I see a lot of Russian trolls that Elon's all about free speech, but I know none of you actually believed it. You just didn't mind when he was shutting down speech that you didn't like, while allowing any racial slur that came on the website. So now a MAGA all-star has been silenced by the people you gave America to, or by the person you gave America to, Rubes. This is what's going to happen to you. I tried to warn you for years. Get out while you still can. You're going to get thrown under the bus. They're all going to turn on you. They don't need you anymore. Donnie don't need you. Elon don't need you. He don't got to worry about a Republican Senate or Republican House throwing him out of office. Never going to happen. Let's continue. Now Elon has taken away my character limit, so I can't post longer posts. I paid for premium too. He locked my ability to have premium after taking away my blue check tonight. So much for free speech. And this is a big deal for someone like Miss Loomer, who's big in social media and can make money and get her name out there like she has. It's a big deal. It's a big deal when it happened to me. It's a powerful thing that these people wield. Now it's going to be wielded against you if you critique the king. Is that what you voted for? That's what you're getting. And I'm trying to show you, Rubes, this because this is one of your, hardcore peepo right here. Miss Loomer. Look how she's being treated. This is a hardcore, diehard, credentialed MAGA person. Because they don't need you anymore, son. The grift is complete. The coup is complete. You handed your country over on a silver fucking platter. More for Miss Loomer. I've been more loyal to Trump and his agenda than anyone, and that's in caps, and I have only been punished for it. Pay attention, MAGA. This is how you'll be treated now that big tech has infiltrated MAGA. President Musk, that's in quotes, is starting to look real. He doesn't want me to fight for your policies. I'm simply fighting for what you yourself said you wanted. She's talking to Trump there. I don't get why this is so controversial. Free speech is an illusion. Well, that depends who's in charge of it, whether it's actually free speech or not. It definitely ain't free on this website, even for you MAGA folk, because they don't need you no more. And Miss Loomer finding that out. She found that out when Donnie, said you out and distanced himself. I've been trying to point that out to you people for years. You haven't noticed? Every single entity the Orange Messiah deals with eventually gets thrown under the bus by him or his people. Every single person. And they line up for more after they get thrown under the bus. Miss Loomer's another one of those who's lining up for more, yet she's revealing truth, but she best be real careful. She's treading in dangerous territory here. Here's another for Miss Loomer. What's also sickening is the silence over the extreme disrespect towards the MAGA base that works so hard to get Trump elected. I guess since we don't have billions of dollars, we don't really matter anymore. Careful, Miss Loomer. I hope Team Trump addresses this digital class warfare against MAGA. Careful. Yes, again, another example. She's pointing it out perfectly. Look how they treat their own people. They throw them under the bus left and right. And the point that I need to make, and the point that Miss Loomer's making, is they don't need you anymore. Rubes, you gave them what they wanted. You gave Vlad his wildest dream. But Vlad don't know Donnie's going to turn on him too, don't worry. That's what snakes do. They eat each other. I've said that for years to you people. Here's Miss Loomer again. I mean, right after Elon called me a troll today, my account verification was taken away, my subscriptions were deactivated, and I was banned from being able to buy premium even though I was already paying for premium. Clearly retaliation. Yes, clearly it is. Now, we watched him do this to liberal journalists and liberal commentators for a few years now. No one gave a fuck. It was all great. Now it's happening to MAGA, and she ain't the only one, MAGA. I got more for you. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's going to be a lot more of you going bye-bye. They don't need you anymore. You did your job, Rubes. It's over now. Let's go to the next one. The Groypers have been ethnically cleansed from X. Look how many accounts. 3, 6, 9, there's 12 accounts showed here, all gone. Groypers, Nick Fuentes' people. Nick Fuentes was a MAGA all-star. I guess he ain't such an all-star no more. Because all his people are getting deactivated. They don't need you anymore, Rubes. Even some of you podcasters that thought you was big time, that thought you was always going to have a home in the right-wing grift machine. Nope. This is a new era, an era I've been trying to warn people about for 8 years. And it's happening right now. And so many of you, just like these people here, are in for such a rude awakening. And it shouldn't surprise any of you. You watch Donnie and his people throw every single person under the bus. For 8 years, you didn't care. You got something out of it, and you thought that would last forever. And you're exempt from being thrown under the bus by entities that throw everyone under the bus. That's why I pointed it out over and over again for years. So here's some of Nick Fuentes' people going off of X because Elon's getting criticized about his H-1B visa stance and immigration stance. And Elon doesn't like it. So there goes more cultists. Next, here's Libs of TikTok, the right-wing grift slash terror op of TikTok. Well, all of TikTok is that, in my opinion. Why are so many accounts suddenly losing their blue checks and subscribers? Uh-oh. Are some of the big-time MAGA all-stars like Chaya starting to realize the jig is up or the gig is up? Tried to tell you people all had your fun. Doxing people, getting people killed. Being financed by Russia and China and RNC, etc. It was all fun and games until CEOs get shot. Then it ain't fun anymore by Elon cultists specifically. It ain't fun when Elon himself starts banning you people because he don't need you no mo. And you fucking his grift up. His grift where he only has an entire company full of H-1B visa workers that can't leave. And that work for a third of what an American works for. You messing up his grift, people. Nick Fuentes, Laura Loomer. You fucking the grift up. Richest man alive. He's got a grift going. Because, being the richest man alive ain't enough for a sociopath. You haven't learned? You going to. You learning right now, right, Chaya? Skank. Fucking terrorist. Yeah, why are so many accounts getting... Because that's what Elon does when you fuck his grift up or groove up or make fun of him. You've been watching it happen to Keith Olbermann over and over again. You thought it was funny. You joined in the making fun of him, right, Chaya? Anyway, let's continue. They're starting to see it. It's scary, isn't it? It's scary. Seeing it all come to an end. Couldn't happen to nicer people. Okay, here's another person. There's a person named Conservative OG. So what do you think he's about? All of our influencers have now lost verification status as well as our own page. All of our influencers. So that's an op. Our brand did nothing. That's financed out by Russia, RNC, something, whatever. We spoke out against HB1 visas. That's how they wrote it. And it happened, and it appears that Elon intentionally shut us down with a question mark. Is this the new status quo from America's most free social media platform? Still trying to kiss a little ass while complaining that his whole operation just got taken down. All his people. Reminds me of the people that buy the Cybertruck, because I see these posts every day, all day. Something major goes wrong the first week they have the motherfucker. And they spend the next year trying to get in the service center and figure out if it's warranty covered, not. It's a fucking nightmare because Elon fired everybody. It reminds me of those people that say, well, I had to spend $6,000 for a new windshield and the warranty didn't cover it, but I still love my Cybertruck. This is the same person. Got just utterly just cut. Just backstabbed. After he helped this MAGA thing happen. Him and his people. Sold their soul for it. What do you think happens when you sell your soul and you make a deal with these types of people? You get left out in the cold. You get thrown under the bus. You get 100 million seized from your account. And have to shut your business down in an entire country. That's what happens when you make deals with those types of people. He doesn't need you anymore, Conservative OG. Whoever the fuck you are. Whoever you're financed by. Good luck in the future. Yes, this is the new status quo. This is the status quo I was trying to warn people about for years. Because once it takes root, it's real hard to go back the other way. Unless you're South Korea or Romania and take it seriously. We don't take it seriously in America. It's a football game here. Until it's too late. It's already too late. But you haven't seen the real fun yet. When the real censorship gets started. When the real percentage of the cult get thrown under the bus. Utterly, totally, and completely. Because they don't have to hide it anymore. There's no way to get them out of power. They're in. It's over. So now it's full grift in your face all the time. And we don't care what you think about it. That's what's happening to the MAGA cult today. Let's continue. And this is someone like on the other side, not part of the MAGA cult. A reminder that Elon is absolute gutter trash and is systematically taking vengeance on MAGA accounts today for the crime of criticizing the use of H-1B visas for every type of job at his companies. A use based in his desire for visa captive slave labor, scared of crossing him. Yes, no, they don't want to unionize, none of that. They're scared. This man is exactly right. He's on the other side, and he's actually standing up for you MAGA people that would never stand up for him. Ever. If this gentleman Mr. Seth here got censored, they would laugh at him, the MAGA cult. They wouldn't say it's wrong. They wouldn't say it's a problem. They'd laugh about it. That's what they've been doing. I've watched it happen over and over again. This gentleman on the other side, he's sticking up for you cultists. But 100% accurate what this gentleman just said. And here's Nick Fuentes. If you don't know who he is, right-wing podcaster, Nazi, funny with the last name Fuentes. It would be about white supremacy and male dominance and all that shit. But whatever. That's what he chose in life. That's what he chose to sell his soul for. Well, a long time ago, Nick put up a comment, "Your body, my choice forever." In other words, I say you can't have abortions, ladies, so that's the way it is. Your body, my choice. That's what Mr. Nick had to say. Mr. Nick and his people, libs of TikTok, TikTok itself, they dox people, they get people hurt. All kinds of trouble they've caused over the years, and they laugh about it because they're financed by some heavy hitters. And they know the money's not going to stop flowing. And they know no one's going to shut them down until now. Until you critique the Shadow King, the unofficial president. Chaya better be careful over there on TikTok, too, what she says. Notice how delicate she was with it. Her skank ass. So Nick, after he got doxxed by somebody, I don't know, I can't remember how it happened, it's not important. But after months and months and months and months later, after Nick got doxxed, Nick Fuentes, all of a sudden this is what he has to say. After, he got so many other people, riling up the cult to go after so many different targets. Now Nick's crying on social media because he got the same treatment from other people. They doxed him. I will now have to uproot my life and relocate while I can handle whatever comes to my front door. It is irresponsible to expect my neighbors with young families to share that burden, right, Nick? Like you ain't scared and you're just gonna move. You're gonna blame it on the neighbors. In the meantime, I will have to contact 24-hour security to protect myself and my property. Well, now you know what it feels like, Nick. Hey, I had the mob after me, and the adjudicated criminal Google, did them all kind of favors. They were about to shoot me dead on the sidewalk, Nick. You shouldn't have to face that, son. Not like you'd be brave enough to. You'd have ran like a fucking bitch. So now Nick's all scared, and he wants to move, but he's trying to blame it on the neighbors. And, again, you people that do these little operations, you getting financing from China, Russia, some shady fucking oligarch, Thale, one of these fucking scumbags. You love terrorizing people, mass groups of people, riling up the cult, the rubes, the dumbass racists. But then when it happens to you, it don't feel too good, does it? Don't feel good. I know. I knew this would happen to all you people, though. That's why I've been screaming about it for years. Trying to warn you as well. The cultists, the rubes. I talk to you as well. For your benefit, not mine. I don't get shit out of it. Not a damn thing. So now Nick knows what it feels like. Getting people all riled up to come after you. Anyway, I found this interesting. Now we move to Donnie Shitbags. And I'm going to, paraphrase this to make it much shorter. Ken Howry is his choice for U.S. ambassador to Denmark. And he explains who Ken is. It's not important. Just another fucking scumbag associate of Donnie's. We know what kind of people Donnie hangs with. He wasn't on Epstein's plane 7 times for nothing. So he wants this gentleman to, get economic cooperation between our countries going. As a co-founder of PayPal, that's Thale's territory, that's Musk's territory. So it's funny that he worked there. And venture capital fund founder can turn American innovation and tech leadership into global success stories. Sure he did. But this is the part that I wanted to get to. For purposes of national security and freedom throughout the world, the United States of America feels that the ownership and control of Greenland is an absolute necessity. Why is that sentence in there? Why does Greenland need to be brought up? Again. I get it. Denmark controls Greenland. I know that part. That's not what I mean. All you have to do is say, hey, he's the new ambassador to Denmark. He's a great guy and he's got these credentials. Why does the Greenland part in there? Because Donnie and his rich buddies want Greenland. Same reason Vlad wants Ukraine. Minerals, resources, etc. It's a gold mine. Worth billions, trillions. That's why Donnie wants it. And no, it's not a joke. Do you still think it's a joke? We hearing about this every day. He didn't just say it once. He didn't just call Trudeau governor once. It's a daily repetitive thing to condition us. We've been so conditioned, you don't even realize, for these past 8 years. To accept the utterly abnormal and sociopathic. They had to normalize it. Otherwise, they'll never get their fascist dream and oligarch utopia on the backs of the fool rubes at the bottom that gave it to them. Anyway. So yeah, Greenland mentioned again. Donnie really wants Greenland. Here's another. MAGA just finding out that Doge was never about government efficiency. Instead, it was a tool for Musk to push for deregulation, shut down criminal investigations into his companies, and make it easier for him to expand his businesses in China. And they're responding to this. Here's another person who's part of the MAGA thing. How did Doge go from let's cut wasteful government spending to here's why we need to import more immigrants almost overnight? Did I miss something? That's a MAGA shill on Twitter that I've blocked a long time ago. Well-known shill. So MAGA's starting to realize that, yeah, these people that we voted for because we thought they believed in certain things or hated the people that we hate. They don't actually hate the people we hate when they can hire them cheaply to do work for them. So all the money can end up in Musk's account. That's what Musk is when you reduce him to his lowest common denominator. Every statement he makes is aimed at the goal of all the money in the world ending up in his bank account. He's already the richest man. Who's he trying to impress? Satan? He's doing a great job. But that guy also throws everyone under the bus. I don't know if you noticed that part. And all the different occult things you read over the years. All you fucking sociopath oligarchs up there. Did you read that part where you get thrown under the bus too? Hey, Roops, did you read the part about Hitler where you get thrown under the bus too? And all the various dictators throughout history? No, you didn't read that. I know you didn't. You're going to get to live it, though. It'll be fun. And the shutdown in criminal investigation into his company. Yes, I expected a massive fraud judgment to go against him for FSD, things regarding Tesla and the stock. This guy was about to go down hard in the next few years and take some serious judgments and lose all his money in the process, probably. So he had to buy the presidency to stop all this shit, all these investigations into his companies. Obvious fraud. So that's where we at. And again, Mr. DC Drano here, right-wing conservative shill for the machine. He doesn't need any of you people anymore. And a lot of you trolls and podcasters are going to be old news real soon, too. I know you didn't know that. Everybody thinks when they sell their soul, the devil's never going to come to collect. Or you're never going to get thrown under the bus. It never works that way. It never works that way, unfortunately, for you. So yeah, nothing was ever about government efficiency or anything like that. They're going to loot the country, and the cabinet picks and who's in charge and Department of Government Efficiency. That tells me all I need to know. They're going to loot this place. The top 3 stories on Twitter right now, according to its AI Grok, that's an AI algorithm something. Elon Musk removing people's verification. Elon Musk restricting people's free speech. Elon Musk changing the algorithm to shadow ban people's accounts if they're blocked by verified users. His own AI is saying this about him. No one talks more shit about Elon Musk than his own AI. It's kind of funny. It's hilarious. And here's just another example. It's astounding. And I'm going to go into this more, and I'm going to end it with this. I just wanted to run it by you quickly. Oh, wait, I'm not at the end yet. I'm sorry. I thought I was. Forgive me. Okay, let's go to this. I don't know about you, but Romania's election was annulled because of foreign interference with TikTok, aiding the Russian-backed candidate Georgescu. This seems very suspicious. This cannot be a coincidence. I'm sorry. Well, in my opinion, TikTok is nothing but a right-wing grift/terror op used in many countries. And these people that are being financed by China and Russia, etc., never have to worry about getting taken down. So they can do whatever they want, say whatever they want, and they don't go anywhere. Because the websites are in cahoots with them. And, here's another example. And the reason the person is stating this, Trump has filed an amicus brief with the Supreme Court urging them to pause the ban on TikTok to give him time to negotiate a resolution to save the platform. In other words, how much are they going to pay me so I can tell my people on the Supreme Court to, not let the ban go through when Trump wanted to ban them, several years ago. Funny how things change, right? Well, it depends how many zeros are on the check. I mean, give Donnie a break here. So TikTok's a large part of this whole Russian interference in all these different countries, including ours. Jeffrey Yass, who owns 15% of TikTok's parent company ByteDance, donated $96 million to Trump and other Republicans this year. That's not a coincidence. That's corruption. Again, Trump asks Supreme Court to pause TikTok ban, while Biden admin says app poses grave threat. I agree. Hey, they banned me in 3 seconds, so I can't really make an argument for TikTok. A censorship argument in their favor, can I? They censored the living fuck out of me. And I only got 1,500 views on a video once. That's how scared of me they are. So I can't really argue in their favor, can I? So fuck it, ban them. That's what they said about me, right? Cool. And this is what I wanted to end with, actually. And I'll go more into it in a different video because the video would just be too long. Confirmed, Adrian is also Elon Musk voice print match. I told you about an account named Adrian Dittman who comes to all the live streams. Everyone knows that's Elon Musk. Well, so now people have run actual tests, speech pauses and patterns, and put computers on this shit. Got scientific with it. And Adrian Dittman and Elon just happen to have a space. I never listen to them. I let other people do it. I could never listen to Elon talk for more than 2 seconds. He's got nothing of value to say whatsoever. So, this person knows Elon quite well. I don't know who they are. I just found them tonight. And they're kind of fascinating. And what they did is it came up as a voice print match, according to this person. And I'm just going to give you the quick part of the reason I was as aggressive as I was with Adrian/Elon was to get him agitated so he would speak faster than his voice modulator could work, and we could make a positive match using some software some friends of mine use. Okay, so this guy has some tech friends, and he can do some shit. And the thread goes on for a long time. He knows all kinds of things about Elon that are fascinating that I'll go into in another video, not tonight. But this guy claimed, and I read the thread, that it came up as a match that Adrian Dittman is Elon Musk. And I explained to you how in court, Leon Scum had to admit that he was going around the internet as a 3-year-old child, a toddler, commenting. He was pretending to be a child, commenting. He had to admit that in court. Here he is again, where he has these live spaces where people can come in and chat and guest speakers can speak. And he's got a fake persona, Adrian Dittman, with a voice modulator. Thanks, Rubes. That's what you gave your country to. The richest man in the world who pretends to be other kinds of people and other people on the internet, and even has fake conversations with himself in front of people on camera, and pretends it isn't him. Wow. Hey, but it had an R next to it, right? So it's got to be good. Are you getting buyer's remorse yet? Do you think Donnie's going to come in and fix all this? He's not. Again, man, I'm just trying to guide you through it. But look what you rubes have wrought. And what's the last one? Elon Musk's critics stripped of verification badge after publicly challenging billionaire. Beginning stages of censorship. Even Mike Cernovich was talking light shit on Elon today. And if you don't know who Mike Cernovich is, what a joke that guy is, then you need to ask somebody. Even Cerno, the Jagoff, was talking shit on Elon. And Elon responded to him, all I do is get insulted on this website. Poor little richest man in the world. It must be hard being shaped like a beluga whale. and buying everything because you're not talented enough to do anything. Anyway, Rubes, this is what you've given your country to, and the craziness has only just begun. And the small percentage of MAGA all-stars who are being thrown under the bus right as we speak, that's going to go way up. I warned you 8 years ago, 7 years ago, 6 years ago, 5, 4, 3, 2. Everyone would be crying in the end. Even the most hardcore Rube. Slowly, it's happening. Motherfuckers are starting to get buyer's remorse. Some of your all-stars are being kicked to the curb. You could be next. Elon could be next. Vlad could be next. Donnie could be next. Because everybody thinks they're running things. And there's only room for one king, right? They can't all three be king, can they? Vlad, Donnie, and Elon. And throw Mr. Thale in there, too. And again, Elon and Thale are everything you liars tried to portray Soros as for so many years. Again, is there anything in the cult that is an abject hypocrisy? Of course not. Of course not. If there was anything honest about the cult, anything legitimate, anything attached to reality, well, Donnie be in prison right now, and you'd all want him there. Because he tried to overthrow your government, your country. But you don't care because I had an R next to it. I know. Anyway, the point is, they don't need you anymore, children. Poor little rubes, poor little children, poor little cultists. You thought that utopia was going to include you. That's for oligarchs. You're not on the list. Sorry. Donnie don't need you no more. Elon don't need you no more. Vivek don't need you no more. They don't need any of you. Now it's time to acquaint yourself with what it feels like to be underneath a bus. Get used to it, because you're going further and further under as this progresses. Because it's judgment time. And the judgment will be on MAGA. Until the next episode of The Apocalypse, have a wonderful evening.